Okay, don't expect a script. The owner of these machines wanted a video, and I checked YouTube, and there's not much about these machines. So, oh, these machines, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. I've also read somewhere that it was also released by Telefunken. And yes, I'm using an old tube camera, and yes, it has a tube. Well, actually it has two. The viewfinder has another one. And yes, there's Rally X. So yeah, and there's a cassette unit, and there's an extender, and let me get rid of these. Let's see if I can get rid of these. Well, it looks like I can't. No, not while I'm recording. Well, that kind of sucks. Okay, if I press the normal button on the rest of the trick play features, trick play meaning, yeah, right, I have this stuff, and I haven't set it yet. We got the cassette unit, and we got a Dixmuth Wizzard. Let's put the cassette aside. So, box art is pretty much the same, except it has that Dixmuth Wizzard logo. And it has a screenshot of a basic program instead of a Pac-Man ripoff. And of course it's missing the VTech logo. So it has more box art and it has a Space Invaders screenshot. Yeah, you're probably screaming at your screen, why are you shooting this in SD? Well, I don't have an HD camera. I do have one, but it's 720p, so that's not a 720p isn't much better than what I'm filming at right now. 576i. And I completely forgot I have the box for the cassette as well. It's Dixmuth branded, and there ain't much on it. Except that you really want to go for this keyboard. Moving keyboard. Does it move on its own? Yeah. Yeah, that's the RAM expansion. Now, by the way, I haven't even answered the question no one has asked. What is a CreatiVision? Well, basically, it's a ColecoVision. Oh, that one's a bit dirty. It was lying in a barn for like 20 years. The RF shield was a lump of rust, and all that was wrong with it was one of the work RAMs. That was all that was wrong with this thing. There was one bad work RAM. 2114. So this is a ColecoVision. The difference between these two is this one has a C80 and this one has a 6502 CPU. And also, as this thing, the joysticks have a few more buttons. I don't have the original joystick, so I made one. You need those to start the game. You need those buttons to be able to start any game, so yeah, I had to make one. These have a few more buttons, and so this thing has a 6821 PIA, which is commonly found in pinball machines. And this module has another one of those. Okay, so here, so now the one of the questions that never got answered is how do you even install the cassette unit? If you take a look at here, you can see that this cable is really short. So there's got to be some. Yep. Macro focus saves the world. You see this thing here? You gotta turn it until it's like this. Now you can pull it out. There you go. It's out. There's a nice hole here. it's amazingly only 1 kilogram, even though it's really ancient now. I need 2 hands for that. Let's see. No, that's not a good perspective. Angle. Perspective. Sorry, I'm German. Okay, focus this. So now, see that? And now you can just take it off, and voila. There's one of the laziest, cheapest cassette ports that I've ever seen hidden on here. This looks like something I would come up with. There we go. Now it's focused. Somewhat. As good as I can, sorry. Okay, so now we have the cassette port. Now we have to jiggle that in some way, somehow. No clue. I'm gonna watch this anyway. This, you gotta feel around for that because it's resisting. And I'm resisting the urge to take this apart or stop the tape. Oh, for some reason, now it's in. Okay, I don't know, I need two monitors. So now it's in there, which means that we can now, and if you want to, you can secure this thing back with this peg. And that wood panel, if you want to make it look good, well, you can now stick the wood paneling on the cassette deck. So let's turn that back on. And the computer's fine. What? Is that thing on a different channel each time? Yep, it is. Or there's something wrong with the memory circuit of this old TV. Well, so it works. Okay, and there's one thing about this lovely keyboard that makes me want to design a 3D printable add-on that makes this thing into an ergonomic split keyboard. It's gotta be the most least ergonomic keyboard in the world. Yeah, this was just a joke. Did I say there's another PIA in there? Okay, okay, before we start, well, when we start, I'm gonna hook this thing up direct to my capture card, so you won't be dealing with TV screen there, filming off of a TV screen, which is a pain in the ass. So, I wanted to try recording on this. There's a few more things I want to do. Okay, so that's basically it for now. One little thing is I noticed there's one weird thing. I was running this demo, and for some reason, input A string does not work, or input B string, or whatever, a letter string. It doesn't work. It doesn't recognize it. And what's also weird is that now it works, but it doesn't work. Watch this. There we go. I set A string to blank, because if I input, before I did it, I said input A string, and it would, and if I run, I get the question mark prompt that tells me to input something. And I input something, and it'll say syntax error in the same line where the input statement was. So it would say syntax error in 20. Now it's behaving different. Okay, there's the prompt. So far so good. And remove. Ah, look at that. Now it's erroring in 20 again, like I said. I was just trying a few minutes earlier, and what I got was, it would say, the line 30 would say blank. It came up with line 30, it said blank here. Instead of syntax error 20, it would run through with no errors, but it would print blank. The string blank. So, and I believe the error is in the cartridge itself. It's got to be a ROM issue. It's rather easy. There's standard ROMs, and even though they look like Intellivision cartridges, well, it's a 6502, so that's a nice little 8-bit machine, and there's nothing special about these ROMs. There's 3 chips in there, and 2 of them are ROMs and 1's a RAM. Yeah, this thing has 1 kilobyte of RAM, just like this one. This is really, they have the same video chip. They have the same main memory. They even have the same brand of They even have the same type of memory chips in there, 2114s. Yeah, but anyway, this video's getting too long. I got a working program. Of course, it's Guess My Number. And there's a few gotchas with this language. For one, you cannot put this statement in here. That will give you a syntax error. If you put this in there, you get a syntax error. Also, 2-letter variables are obviously not working. Well, obviously, I was naming this thing FR and I got a syntax error. No one named it F and it works. So, yeah, variables are 1 letter only. So you think the Commodore 64's BASIC is cumbersome and primitive? Think again. So, well, let's run this thing again. Input numbers is working. Input strings isn't. I guess my number. Is too big again. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, what, 3 tries? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's weird. Even I start counting with 0. Ow! I'm going to the got it before incrementing the counter. So I really have to start counting with 1. My bad. Yeah, I'm not a good programmer. I only make software for the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Intertone VC4000. So okay, let's try to save this. So I put inside B. Oh, by the way, anything weird about this cassette? Or anything unusual, or rather anything usual? Where's that? There it is. There it is. You see the design of it? You see the little Sony logo, which I can't get focused. Well, it's focused, but I can't. Oh, I can barely make it out. You can just see it there. Okay. These orange thingies going through there. Oh, by the way, this is a color TV. This is what it these are the color it defaults to. Yeah, this is a Sony CHF 60 or 90. They didn't even bother. So, okay, I need side B. I've checked there's nothing on there. There's also nothing behind the demonstration, which goes until this counter shows like 98 or something. So yeah, there's nothing on this side, there's nothing on that side, nothing after that. So let's try. Let's see if I can give it a file name. I haven't seen file names in cassette saved programs on this machine, so and nothing happens. That's weird. Oh! Oh, it's trying to save it. What the file name? So it doesn't even notice. This is weird. This is weird because if I press play, it'll play, and then it stops. It stops on its own. So I expected it to. So basically, this thing expects you to hit the controls in advance. So let's try that again. And now it turns on. And you can see. This is basically, this tells you when to turn the machine off. No, it turns it off itself. So it's basically, it can turn it off and on, but it can't. We'll also answer the question on which of the tracks it saves, because this is a stereo deck. And if I've peeked into it, it looks like the left channel has the computer data and the right channel has audio. Right. I need to find out if it can load. So, let's be even more destructive and turn this thing off. Now you can see this is white. Why? Something wrong with this TV. So, let's do C run. No, wait. Let's do C load. So, press play. I can hear the... And it turns off on itself. Okay, this looks good. So let's see if the first one is always 98. And now it's erroring on input B. Something is jacked up with this card. I guess there's a bad ROM in there. There's gotta be a bad ROM. It's unusable, but you can always track. You can probably track these up, but it's probably easier to burn a new one. Now it's even erroring out on input B. Well, that's gonna suck because that's used a lot in the demo. What a piece of feces. Well, there's nothing wrong with the other cartridges. The other cartridges work, so... What? Why is the TV now tuned? And you can clearly see this is in color, and you can also see this is very, very Saxon inspired. But you can't shoot, you can only... Basically you fly into stuff and hope you don't fly into other stuff. You can't even fly into these. That's actually what you're supposed to do in the game, is collect these orange thingies. So yeah, it's Saxon, but you can't shoot. Here's the most annoying version of Burger Time. That's the only sound effects it has. Yep, these are the only sound effects it has. And while you do have the pepper spray, which is oil in this case, and it does not stun the enemies, and instead it kills them. And if an enemy is on a piece of burger you're running over, it will not fall down, it will keep chasing you. So it's slightly less playable than Burger Time. And much less fun. But look, the graphics are awesome! the sound effects are annoying. Oh, by the way, I didn't even mention, not only does this have the same video chip as the ColecoVision, it also has the same exact sound chip. So let's get rid of this and go for the demo. I hope it works. If not, well, I'm gonna track down a copy of the basic ROM and try to install it in here, because this not working sucks. Sorry. Little thing I forgot, it lets you wind even if it shuts down the motor if you play. You know, it shuts the motor down. Well, it has review and queue functionality. And also it has all its original belts, and I've listened to the demo, and there's barely any wow and flutter, so they're still good. And as you can see, it still had lots of torque for rewind, so yeah, these belts are good. Yeah, spoiler alert.
I'm your Wizzard computer, and I'd like to show you a demonstration of all of the things we'll be able to do together. For example, we can generate up to 16 different colours on the screen.
There you go. There you go. Question answered. So the left channel has the data, the right channel has the audio. So the rewind doesn't work, and also there's something dragging in this thing. I don't know.
Hello, I'm your Wizzard computer, and I'd like to show you a demonstration of all of the things we'll be able to do together. For example, we can generate up to 16 different colours on the screen, all at the same time. Just have a look. Not only that, but we can change background colours and character colours to whatever you want them to be. Just choose a colour and see for yourself. I can show you how you can manage all sorts of data, like home expenditures and personal incomes, or anything you want. Just enter some numbers between 1 and 10. You can enter up to 12 of them, and I'll show you the kind of bar chart we can generate. And we'll be able to do complicated math calculations instantly. Type in the numbers and give it a try. And here's something you'll really like, graphics. We'll be able to draw figures and patterns easily, in nearly any shape you want, and with the colour generation we've just seen, you'll be able to make the drawings any colour and change the background to any colour you want. Not only that, but you'll be able to move the drawings around the screen from one place to another, or just have them disappear and pop up somewhere else. And if you want, we can even draw geometrical figures and rotate them through 360 degrees. So you can create your own computer animation and draw the most complex, rotating structures. Because your imagination is really the only limit. Something that you could just never hope to do with an ordinary computer. But with the Wizzard, it's not only possible, it's easy. Just watch and see what I mean. You'll also be able to act as a home teacher for young children and make learning into a game. You'll be able to buy ready-to-run programs or make your own and end up with things like this. Working together, we can use the 3 sound channels to make up nearly any kind of sounds and even to compose music and play it back through the TV speaker. For example, these are only a few of the things we'll be able to do together once you get to know me better. And you'll find that the most exciting things, like the graphics and the sound generation, are things you just can't even start doing with many other types of home computers. So give yourself a pat on the back. You've picked me, the best little home computer in the world.